Let us pray. Almighty God, we bow down before thee in humble obedience and dependence. We pray thee, grant us the grace to respect each other this day in all our consultations, that our deliberations today shall take place in the spirit of mutual trust, so that we as leaders shall lead our country on the path of peace and shall find solutions for issues and problems facing us. Grant us the mercy, O Lord, that we shall today also honor thy name in all we think, do, and say. Almighty God, we pray thee, bless our land and all its people. This all we pray in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Affirmation. I solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of Namibia and its people, and I solemnly promise to uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Namibia to the best of my ability. Announcements. As indicated yesterday, the election of a deputy chairperson of the whole House Committee is to be conducted in terms of Rule 32, read together with Rule 28 of the Standing Rules, Orders and Internal Arrangements of the National Assembly. In terms of those rules, I would like to call for nominations for the deputy chairperson of the whole House Committee. Honorable Herunga. Oh, they had Honorable Haikola. There is Honorable Haikola first ahead of Honorable Herunga.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I nominate Honorable Activist-in-Chief, Prof. George Brolo Ampanda.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. I ask for secondment of the nomination. Okay, noted. Any further nominations? Honorable Herunga?
I nominate Honorable Alphonse Narusep.
Yes, thank you. I ask for the secondment. Yes, Honorable Clemencia Kutie.
I, Clemencia Emma Kutsia, second Honorable Alpheus Ngarusep as the Deputy Chairperson of the whole House Committee.
Okay, thank you. Now, Honorable Ampanda and Honorable Narusep have been nominated. I would like to ask Honorable Ampanda whether he accepts the nomination. Yes, Honorable Narusep, do you accept the nomination? Oh. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. You may now take your seat, Honorable. Yes, Honorable Karonga.
Is there anyone on record from our side who seconded the professor? Is someone on record?
Yes. I saw Honorable Venani. I saw many
On
hands.
record.
Okay, let's put it on record. Yeah, the Honorable Venani, do you want to confirm your secondment of Honorable Ampanda?
Don't worry, let the ladies worry about it.
Honorable, no discussions during nominations.
Honorable, I, Kanyono Kere, McHenry Venani, do hereby second the nomination of Activist-in-Chief, Professor Dr. Amupanda.
Thank you, that is noted. Now, since are there any further nominations? Okay, if there are no further nominations, there are two honorable members that are nominated and seconded duly. So that means that we will have to conduct the elections as anticipated under the standing rules and order. And I would like to ask the Secretary to introduce the electoral officers and explain the voting procedure and rules. Madam Secretary. Oh, okay, she will. She will. Oh.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, with your esteemed permission, may I request the Secretariat who are on standby outside to take their positions within the chamber. And subsequent to that, honorable members, all the members who are vested with voting powers are entitled to vote. Secondly, electoral officials shall issue out ballot papers to members after reading out their names from the voters' roll. Names after being announced and ballot papers issued shall be ticked off on the voters' roll. Secretariat, please take your positions. Thirdly, members who have been issued with a ballot paper shall proceed to the Speaker's holding room, whereupon they shall place a cross in the box which corresponds with the name of their preferred candidate. A cross which is cast elsewhere other than in or within the box, which corresponds with the name of a preferred candidate, renders the ballot spoiled. Members shall deposit the folded ballot papers in the ballot box placed at the front before the Speaker's desk. At the conclusion of voting, polling officers in the presence of nominations shall count the votes. And I now request the Secretariat to bring the box where the votes will be casted, and also to show that the box is empty. We have witnessed that the box is empty. Honorable members, we are now going to call the names of honorable members who are entitled to vote, and we are going to do so as per their political party in an alphabetical order. Alphabetical order, and we are going to call the names. The announcement was made while we are voting.
Yes, Honorable Nekundi.
Thank you, Speaker. I think what I wanted to deal with is what is happening. I was just wondering that the calling of members before the bell and the doors are closed, how that will not create an haphazard situation, or possibly just the procedural flow. The procedural flow of reading out before the bell and the door is closed. I just want to check the procedural flow. How did that affect
the
the
bell
process?
is ringing now, so that if there are members outside there, they know that they have to come, and then we lock the doors and call the roll call. member? One moment. What one? Yes. Yes. Honorable MP. Yes, briefly, please, honorable member. Is it honorable Kambala?
Where are we reading from our desks, or what is the voting booth?
Come again?
The voting process. Are we reading on our desks here, or?
No, you will be informed. You will be informed.
Oh, no, I'm just
Yes, you will be informed. Thank you, honorable member. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The bell, as requested, has been rung, and we are now going to conduct a roll call by reading names of all the eligible voters. As I have indicated, the doors are closed, Honorable. Let's just ensure that the doors are locked or are closed. We are now making a roll call of the members eligible to vote, and as I have indicated, we are going to read the name in an alphabetical order as per the political party. Starting with the affirmative repositioning, Honorable Professor Dr. Job Ampanda, Honorable Esther Haikola, Honorable Vaino Hangula, Honorable Tuhafeni Kalola, Honorable Hidipo Kambala, Honorable Frederick Shitana, All People's Party, Honorable Ambrosius Kumbwa, Body of Christ Party, Honorable Festus Thomas, Independent Patriotic for Change, Honorable Almas Amukoto, Honorable Lilani Brickman, Honorable Rodney Klute, Honorable Otilia Haitota, Honorable Ferdinand Hengombe, Honorable Abednego Hishono, Honorable Vilho Ihemba, Honorable Nelson Kalangula, Honorable Aloysius Kangulu, Honorable Isra Kanyemba,
on a very important point, we need to protect the integrity of our elderly. We don't need to prolong the anxiety. It's not good for the health of the elders. So on that basis, I'll finish now. Yes, so it's very, very important, so that the anxiety is not good for the health of people. So on that basis, on that basis, we want to protect the dignity of our elder and give him the
No, I didn't hear anything of what he said. No, I didn't, because everybody was applauding. And, no, just the gist, the main point. Yeah, the main point only.
So elections are always creating anxiety,
No, that's
and
not-
anxiety is not good for the health of the hearts of our elders.
Honorable member, that one is
So-
not the gist.
This process of voting, 100 people
Honorable
voting,
member, just get to
is
the
not
point.
good for our elders, so I withdraw so that we don't do those things.
Yes, thank you. Now I declare Honorable Naruseb duly elected as the Deputy Chairperson of the whole House Committee. Honorable Naruseb, would you like to say something? Very good. So, thank you, honorable members. That process is concluded. We now proceed with the routine of business. Are there any? Any message from the head of state? Any petitions? Reports of standing or select committees? Other reports and papers?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I lay upon the table the inaugural Integrated Annual Report of the Namibia Cyber Security Incident Response Team for the year 2024-2025 financial year. And secondly, I also lay upon the table the Integrated Annual Report of the Communications Regulatory Authority of Namibia for the year 2025. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable member may please table the report. Thank you. Honorable Venani.
Honorable Speaker, I don't know why I want to quarrel too early in the year, but I rise on a point of privilege to ask the Speaker at an opportune time to make a ruling on a matter that is rearing its head in this House, and that is the ruling that the Speaker abruptly makes that a member is only entitled to ask one question during a day. I want the Speaker, when she makes that ruling, to inform this House what authorities, statutory and otherwise, is she using for members to be limited only to ask single questions during question time. I hope the Speaker will find time to make this ruling very clear and final so that various benches and caucuses prepare themselves accordingly as the Speaker directs. I so move.
Yes, Honorable Venani, the ruling was made already in that regard. So there is no ruling to be made in that regard. The ruling was made already that a member, and the ruling was made actually citing the actual rule that says that a member will ask a question for a period not exceeding this time and for only one time. No, we are not going back to the ruling because that's what is happening now. And Honorable Venani, first, the ruling was made already. And the rule says that there can be no rebate on the ruling. Now, to make the case more difficult is we are on a point which is reports and papers. And there is a list of MPs that are asking for the floor to table reports. Now the Honorable Venani wants to debate a ruling that was made by the Speaker in the previous session. No, Honorable Member. The Honorable Venani was supposed to request at the time that the ruling was made for an explanation if there was lack of certainty. But for the Honorable Member to come and say I should come and make a ruling on something on which a ruling was made already, that is not correct. No, Honorable Venani. Let's not have a discussion. First, the discussion, like I said, is really interrupting a process of tabling reports. You can write a question, you can pose a question, I don't know to whom, but the ruling is made, Honorable. The rule is saying, the rule, where is the ruling, the rule on ruling? That Honorable Venani wants me to go in by revisiting a ruling that was made more than a month ago. And Honorable Venani, I'm sorry, I cannot allow that. You can't make a point of order when there is no person on the floor. There is only presiding officer. We are not discussing, we are receiving reports. No, Honorable Venani, the challenge is I did not make a ruling today on that issue. I cannot have made a ruling in the previous session and the Honorable Venani bring it as a point of, I don't know, point of privilege to debate it. No. No, that's now what the rule does not allow. The rule cannot allow the honorable member to argue with the presiding officer on a ruling by saying you are wrong. It's exactly what I thought you were doing and you were saying you were not doing. Now you have done it explicitly. Honorable member, you are a long-standing member of the House and you cannot debate with the presiding officer on the ruling of the presiding officer. No, but you have made it clear already that you think the presiding officer is wrong. You are not even asking for an explanation. You are arguing. You expressly stated, Speaker, you are wrong. So you are debating. Provided, point of order on what? Provided you are not arguing the ruling, Honorable Venani. Yeah, okay.
The reason why I ask you, what authority are you using? I and you have gotten old in this house.
Honorable, what are you asking for now? Are you asking for an explanation of the ruling or
if it is rule 85 that you are depending on, it says 5 minutes per question.
Honorable member, can I
Now
ask you a question?
The speaker cannot
Can
just
I
make
see
rules.
clarity from you, Honorable Venani? What exactly are you doing now? Are you asking for clarity or you are contesting the ruling?
Clarity.
You are contesting
Clarity.
the ruling.
Yeah, and you asked me a question.
You are
I'm
contesting,
saying
you are
asked me a
contesting
question.
the ruling. And that's, it's unprocedural. You are contesting the ruling.
Honorable Speaker,
No.
you are our leader. Sometimes when you are wrong, accept you are wrong.
Honorable member, you are wrong to
There has
argue.
never been a time in the history of Parliament where members of Parliament are only limited to ask one question per day.
Honorable
Now you are
member,
making a ruling that has never existed because you have power.
Honorable member, you are debating, you are arguing
Aye,
about
my
the ruling. That's the point I'm making.
Speaker.
Yes, Honorable.
Aye, kakunya betana.
First Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ampanda.
He's
Please, just take your seat.
Aye.
Yeah, please, Honorable member, I will give you the floor.
At the back, isn't it? Okay. Now, I'm just saying Rule 6, and I want us to read to understand. The Speaker may make rulings in applying and interpreting these standing rules, sessional orders, and any directives or guidelines approved by the Standing Committee on standing rules, orders, and internal arrangements. Any presiding member may make a ruling on a point of order in any matter before the House, and in so doing, he or she must explain the reasons for the ruling. He or she must explain. Okay. Provided that he or she may instead submit the matter to the House for its decision. Now, if there is ambiguity, the Speaker can make a ruling on the interpretation of that per question or one question. That's the issue. Is it one question or is it per question? That's where the difference of understanding is. Now we seek for the interpretation of the presiding officer. She can make a ruling and explain, which she says she did. Because Venani, when he stood up, says you made a ruling. Isn't it? Let us not complicate matters. We will come when we have to argue. But when we are trying to solve a problem, we cannot apply the same knowledge that has caused the problem. That's why I'm saying if it's about the book says, now if the ruling is not in line, there are two measures. We either submit that ruling to the House so that the House pronounce itself. And therefore, what the House pronounce itself becomes statutory. Or we go to standing rules and orders, debate that matter, but as long as the ruling is made, that ruling stands. And then standing rules decides otherwise. That's it. That's what the rule says.
Yes, Honorable Ampanda. Honorable.
Speaker, I'm writing in terms of 92, 5, A, B, C, A, B, and D. Now, with the point of raising procedural matters on the issue under discussion.
5 what and what?
92, 5, A, B, and D. Now, Speaker, the issue under discussion falls under 85. Now, the 85 rule gives specific time limit on any matter, from appropriation bill all the way to other matters that are not.
Honorable Ampanda, I will have again to interrupt you there, because you are going back to discussing. Yes, you are going back. You see, this point that you, this article that you raised, let me just explain this to you. Yeah, this article that you cited, 92, 5, it says, a point of order may be raised when any of the rules and orders is alleged to have been infringed.
Yes.
Yeah, and then B, as soon as an irregularity occurs in the customary proceedings of the House.
Yes.
Now the honorable member comes to inquire about a ruling that was made in the previous session.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, then why are you referring
Allow
us
me
here?
to finish, then you
no,
can understand.
The rule says if the presiding officer is of the view that it is possible for the presiding officer to interrupt. Because now we are discussing a ruling, Honorable Ampanda.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, what then are you talking about? Come to that point,
Yes.
just specifically.
Yes, I'll come there.
Come to the point.
Yes.
Please. Yeah.
Now, on the table of in terms of Rule 85, of all the time limit that are provided.
No, but you can't go to the time limit. What are you
There is a
discussing
point
about
I'm
the
trying
time?
to make, Speaker.
No, but there is no
Allow
discussion.
me to make a point.
There is no discussion about the time limit. The issue is about the fact that the presiding
I'm not talking about the time limit. I'm advancing
you are
the
the
point.
one that referred to the time limit.
So how do I just jump to
Honorable
Kahanja
member,
without passing?
Can I request honorable members? The honorable deputy speaker has assisted
He
us.
finished.
A ruling has been made. We cannot discuss a ruling that was made.
I'm not
We
talking
cannot
about that,
debate.
Speaker. Just
We
allow
cannot-
me to finish.
No, but what is on the table? I made a ruling on the case of honorable.
I'm not
Benani.
talking about him. I'm talking about something else. You are not allowing me to finish it.
No, then mention it. That's what the rule are saying. Huh? You can't say I'm not allowing you to finish, Honorable Ampanda. The presiding officer has a right, according to these rules, to get the member to specify the issue they are talking to. But the issues you are referring to are not explaining what you say you want to say. Every time I speak, you say, no, I'm still coming. Okay, come to that point, Ne. Come to it. Come to it.
Yes.
What is
Now,
the point?
Rule 85. Rule 85.
In regard to what are you talking about?
Oh, man.
Speaker, just allow you to
Honorable
finish.
member. Honorable
No,
Ampanda,
Speaker.
can you hear me out? Hear the context. The issue, honorable members, honorable, there is a member on the floor. And if Honorable Ampanda can please take a seat, I want to explain what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, honorable member, you cannot rise on a point of order when the presiding officer is on the floor. The issue that is on the agenda now is reports and papers. Reports and papers. A person cannot rise to talk about questions. We are not talking about questions. Yeah, so no point of order can be made on a question. Because you raise a point of order on a matter that is under discussion. The matter under discussion is reports and papers. Yes, that's all that I'm saying. So, Honorable Ampanda, if your point is in regard to what we are discussing, in terms of Rule 92, which says a point of order may be raised as soon as an irregularity occurs. What is on the table now is reports and paper. And I will only accept point of order on reports and paper.
Of the rule under which I'm citing. So the question, if you want me to get to that, you would say that you mentioned 92.5a.
In regard to what? Reports and paper.
Just hold on, Speaker.
No, I'm just asking.
Why were you not doing it to other people when they were raising
No,
on
you
the
are
same
the
thing?
one that cited.
So it says as soon as an irregularity occurs.
Yeah.
So allow me to point out what irregularities that is occurred.
Please. Yes, please.
Yes. We have two rulings here that I'm trying to make here. I'm not aware of the ruling that has been alleged to have been made. Now, a presiding officer ruled that, in fact, what used to happen is that members will come here with 2 questions and they read after them.
But that
The
rule
deputy
was not
speaker
made
ruled.
today.
The-
Honorable Ampanda, what I'm trying to explain to you is that ruling was not made today.
I'm not talking about your ruling.
Which ruling are you talking about?
Allow me to explain it.
No. Okay, then in that case, Honorable Ampanda, I would like to suggest that.
Allow me to explain.
No, Honorable Member.
So, because the deputy speaker ruled that
Honorable
when you have
Member.
2 questions, finish one within your 3 minutes and come back with another.
Honorable
We have 2
Member,
rulings
yes.
on the table.
Honorable
You have your
Member,
ruling and you have his ruling.
Yes.
I
So
never
there are
made
2
the
rulings
ruling
in this
today.
house.
I never made the ruling today on that.
No, I didn't say
I
today.
never made the ruling. That's
So
why.
what I rose to say is that when we resolve this matter, in line with what he's suggesting,
You are out of order
can we
now.
then make an understanding that there are 2 rulings in the house?
No.
Yes.
That's the point of what I'm raising on.
You are out of order with
There's
that
2
one.
rulings that he ruled and the ruling that you are purporting to have ruled.
No, no, no.
So going forward,
No, no, you
let's
are-
then consider all those 2 rulings
No, no,
at
no.
an appropriate platform.
No, no, no. There
So
you
when
are out of
the
order
problem
there.
is that when I stand, you already assume that what I'm going to
No,
say,
no, I didn't assume.
without even seeing what I'm saying.
No, no, I'm hearing you, Honorable Member.
In
and-
conclusion,
Honorable Member.
in conclusion, Speaker, when you proceed,
Honor-
I'm bringing it to your attention an irregularity. What is that irregularity?
You are out of
There are
order,
2
Honorable
rulings
Member.
in terms of Rule 85. There are 2 rulings in the House.
You are out of order,
So
Honorable
go
Member.
and solve that issue now.
No, no.
That's all I'm raising
You are
the
out
point.
of order, Honorable Member.
So unless
You don't
and
have
until
the
those
floor.
rulings are resolved,
No.
we are going to have 2 rulings in the House.
No.
Let's not do
Only
this
the
to
one
each other.
presiding officer makes the ruling. The Honorable Member. What do you mean? Oh. Honorable Member. Honorable Ampanda, kindly take your seat. Honorable Member, please take your seat. I think we are done with that. We proceed with the reports and papers. No, it's ruled out of order. That's ruled out of order, Honorable Member. Honorable Lizazi, I have Honorable Lizazi. Ask for the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I'm very happy with...
Reports and papers?
I'm very happy now I'm on this matter.
No, that matter is concluded.
No,
It's
I just
concluded,
want to
Honorable
read
Member.
what the Deputy Speaker read to us.
Honorable Member, you are out
And
of order. Please take your
expand on the understanding of the House.
Switch off the mic of the Honorable Member, please. Take your seat. I think that we are done with reports and papers. Notices of questions. Point of privilege. Yes, Honorable, point of privilege. Now, yes, please. Honorable Member. Honorable Member, that point is out of order. No, but I give you the right to speak. Honorable Member, please you take your seat. Honorable Member. Honorable Member, please take your seat. No. Yeah. Notices of questions? Okay. Honorable Nashinge?
There is no ruling of one question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Just dismiss our deputy.
Honorable Speaker, I hereby give notice that on Thursday, the 12th of the second month, 2026, I shall be asking the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, Honorable Ingedamwi Kamwi, the following. Honorable Minister, the Namibian Agronomic Board, a state-owned enterprise under the Ministry of Agriculture, is facing serious allegations of systematic corruption, procurement violations, nepotism, and governance failures. These allegations are detailed in an internal whistleblower report suggesting widespread abuse of authority, circumvention of the Public Procurement Act number 15 of 2015, and preferential treatment of connected individuals. Given the potential misuse of public funds and erosion of institutional integrity, urgent oversight and interventions are required. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, I would like to ask the following 3 questions. Is your good office aware of the alleged systematic corruption, procurement violations, and governance failures at the Namibia Agronomic Board? And if so, what immediate steps are being taken to ensure accountability and restore public trust? Because you have been telling us this nice word of business unusual. So is it really business unusual or business as usual? 2, are you aware that 6 executives, including the CEO, have received Tier 2 salaries since April 2025 following the last year's reclassification, while the entire remaining staff continues on Tier 1? What will you do to recover mispaid salaries and ensure uniform implementation? 3, and final, will you commit to an independent, transparent investigation led by the ACC, at least, and the Auditor General into all allegations, including the misuse of public funds, and ensure that findings are made public and acted upon? I have a list of all the problems I can share with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Member, please table the questions. Table the questions. Honorable Ricardo.
Continue. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, the 12th of February 2026, I shall ask the Honorable Minister of Environment, Forest and Tourism the following questions. Parliament appropriates public funds with the expectation that these resources will be utilized to deliver services and improve the livelihood of our people. When a ministry fails to fully utilize the funds approved by Parliament, it results in lost opportunities for development and service delivery. The Honorable Minister of Environment, Forest and Tourism, Honorable Indeleni Daniel, during a meeting with the staff of the ministry, disclosed that in the last financial year, the ministry spent only 31 million Namibian dollars of the 70 million Namibian dollars which was allocated for development budget. This indicates that a significant portion of the approved funds remain unutilized, while communities continue to face challenges related to tourism infrastructure, conservation, employment, and basic services. In this context, Honorable Speaker, I request the Honorable Minister to provide clarity on the following matter. What were the reasons for the underutilization of the allocated funds, and which programs and regions were affected? Who was responsible for the poor planning and the delays that led to this situation? And what corrective or disciplinary measures have been taken? What systems are in place to monitor project implementation and identify risks at early stage? And why these systems failed to prevent under-expenditure? Finally, what measures has the ministry put in place to ensure full utilization of approved funds and the timely implementation of projects in the current and forthcoming financial years? Honorable Speaker, I so submit.
Honorable Kumbwa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I give notice that on Thursday, 12th of February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Finance, Honorable Erika Shafuda, the following questions. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia under Article 10 and Article 95 guarantees
the welfare and the prosperous life for all Namibians. This includes former Namibian mine workers and their dependents, many of whom maybe have passed on or are still living. These citizens contributed significantly not only to the struggle for independence but also to the foundational capital development product of our economy. Today, our economy stands as a testament to their labor, yet their rightful share of its prosperity remains in question. In the spirit of social justice and constitutional obligation, I respectfully seek clarity on the following matters concerning former mine workers. 1. Awareness of grievance. Is the Honourable Minister aware of the persistent public outcry from many former Namibian mine workers and their dependents? They report having received little to no benefit from provident funds and the other entitlements such as those for retirement, social security, leave gratitude, and pensions. This relates to service in mines within South Africa and within Namibia at CDM, TCL, Combat, Uchihase, and the others both before and after independence. Accountability and status of funds. Who were the employers of Provident Fund and administrators during the Southwest Africa era and after independence? Why have the rightful beneficiaries not received their full benefits? And where are the funds owed to them? What is the definite process and timely line for their citizens to finally receive what is due to them? Their struggle has lasted 10 to 20 years for beyond any reasonable process period, leaving them in a state of perpetual anxiety. Government intervention. What specific actional plans and demonstrated commitments does the 8th administration have to decisively end these sufferings? This is to ensure that in our independent and discriminatory-free Namibia, the social protection measures promised are for all, not just for the few connected. I'm concluding, Honorable Speaker.
Your time is up, Honorable Member. Honorable Member, your time is up. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Please table the questions. Thank you. Honorable Mongo.
Madam Speaker, before I pose my questions, I would like to seek your guidance. I actually have two questions, one written, one and one oral. Now, based on your ruling now, how do we...
No, the rules are saying you ask one question and then under oral agent questions, when we are done with the questions, then there will be a floor for oral agent questions and they can be dealt with on the basis of whether they are agent or not. So if now we are at the notice of questions. So if your question is one, just put it.
Thank you. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 12 February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, my Honorable Sister Emma Teofelu, the following. The use of prepaid mobile data has become a basic service in Namibia, allowing access to education, job opportunities, financial services, and politics. Prepaid customers pay upfront for data as a quantifiable service, yet current policies implemented by mobile network operators such as MTC and TN Mobile often result in consumers losing paid for data due to restrictive usage timelines. As the sector regulator, the Communication Regulatory Authority of Namibia, CRAN, plays a central role in ensuring that these practices align with national consumer protection principles and the public interest. Elimination of data expiration is not only a concern of consumer values, but also a concern of utmost digital inclusion and economic justice. I therefore ask the following. Does the government recognize the financial burden imposed on prepaid consumers when unused mobile data expires without rollover options? How does this affect low-income and rural Namibians disproportionately? How does the government justify allowing prepaid data to expire when consumers have already paid for it in full? How does Namibia's current approach align with international consumer protection standards in telecommunications? How does the ministry plan to balance the commercial interest of operators like MTC and TN Mobile with the need for consumer rights and affordable access? Is the government satisfied that the current mobile data practice supports national goals of digital inclusion and economic participation? And finally, would the ministry, in collaboration with CREN, provide a definite timeline for the implementation of regulations permitting prepaid data rollover? I so submit.
Thank you. Table the questions, please. Honorable Mbundu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, I hereby give notice that on Thursday, the 12th of February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable Dr. Sanet Steenkamp, the following. Teaching practicum is a compulsory academic and professional requirement for all student teachers in Namibia. During this period, student teachers are placed in schools for up to 4 months, where they are required to report daily, teach full classes, prepare lesson plans, assess learners to attend staff meetings, and participate fully in school activity. Despite rendering this essential service, student teachers receive no remuneration or allowance, while simultaneously incurring significant personal and work-related experience. In this situation, is further aggravated by the fact that NSFAF funding is only dispersed from May to October, leaving students on teaching practicum between January, April without any financial support. In this regard, the following question is directed to the Honorable Minister of Education. Question 1, can the Honorable Minister inform that student teachers confirm that the student teacher on teaching practicum are required to perform fully teaching duty compared to these of qualified teachers for a period of up to 4 months, despite not receiving any form of remuneration, stipend or practicum allowances? Question 2.
The Minister will answer.
Can the Honorable Minister explain the policy rationale by requiring student teachers to provide essential teaching services to schools without financial support, given that teaching practicum is a mandatory requirement for qualifications? 3. Is Honorable Minister aware that during teaching practicum, student teachers are expected to cover work-related costs, such as photocopy, teaching materials, in addition to personal expenses, including accommodation, transport, and food from their own limited resources? Question number 4, can the Honorable Minister inform that this House why NSFAF funding does not cover the month of January to April?
Honorable Member, your time is up. Yes, please table the question. Yes, Honorable Hengari. On what? On the point
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Hengari, 1 moment. Yes.
In relation to Rule 131, the practicum of asking questions is what I want to look at, Honorable Speaker. Today is a Thursday. It's primarily reserved for the executive to answer the questions that have been posted.
Honorable Speaker, when you look at the pile size,
How many is your question?
and importantly, we are all in this chamber to ensure.
I have to hear you first.
There's no one on the floor.
Okay, can I land my point first of all? Can I land my point?
131.
Yes. Can I land my point? I made it clear at the beginning.
Yeah,
Now, what I have noticed is that, Honorable Speaker, while you are going to the rule, what I have noticed is that there is indeed a deliberate process going on of questions that are piled up and lined up to ensure that the executive doesn't get time to respond to those very questions that have been posted all along.
Executive has
And this issue had become quite an issue that these questions of us continue piling up, and then in the end, no law get to be debated, and as a result, we never pass any law in this very honorable house. For the sake of progress, Honorable Speaker, I submit to you that indeed, of course, it's within the rights of those very members or any other member to do so. But again, let's be pragmatic and also honor the very people who put us here, who are the citizens of this country that are expecting the best from us. At a point that let's allow time that on this very Thursday and any other Thursday going forward, the executive be accorded time for them to respond to those questions that have been piling up. It is important.
Honorable members, honorable members, can I respond to that one and make a ruling? Yeah, honorable members, in terms of the rules, chief whips can consult and agree on how we deal with matters in the House. In the absence of that, the presiding officer cannot make a determination preventing people from asking questions if they want to ask. We already had a very difficult situation when I'm trying to streamline the process. For that purpose, I was made to look like I don't want to give people the opportunity to speak. But I was trying to leave time for ministers to answer questions. But Chief Whips, please, consult. And then once you give me a consensus of your consultations, then we can agree to say every day we leave only this time for asking of questions. On this day, we only answer questions or something like that. Okay, okay, very good, we are together. Let's proceed. Honorable
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On Thursday, the 12th of February, I shall ask the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Sanet Steenkamp, the following. In 2025, the Deputy Minister of your ministry, the Honorable Balotti, made a firm commitment to revitalize the Katutura Multipurpose Youth Center, a vital facility originally designed for sports, recreation, skills training, and holistic youth development. Tragically, this promise is yet to materialize, leaving the center in ruins and occupied by over 299 vulnerable individuals who were meant to be housed temporarily during the COVID-19 pandemic. These Namibians now endure unimaginable hardships, abandoned structures without functional toilets, scarce access to clean water, and makeshift plastic shelters that strip them of basic human dignity. This dire situation, Honorable Speaker, not only condemns these residents to inhumane living conditions, but also robs our young people of essential opportunities for personal growth, professional skills building, and community empowerment. This crisis, therefore, Honorable Speaker, is twofold and heartbreaking. On the one hand, it condemns vulnerable residents to suffering and strips them of basic human dignity, and on the other hand, it denies our youth across Katutura and beyond the safe, equipped spaces they desperately need for personal growth, professional skills acquisition, sports, recreation, and building brighter futures. I therefore ask the following. One, when exactly will the ministry follow through with concrete, verifiable actions to fulfill this commitment, which is to revitalize the Katutura Multipurpose Youth Center, and what immediate steps are being taken to prevent further deterioration? Two, how much funding has been specifically allocated in the current and upcoming budgets for updating and modernizing the facilities at the Katutura Multipurpose Center? And can the Minister provide a detailed breakdown of these allocations to ensure transparency? Three, what is the precise timeline for the renovation project at the Katutura Multipurpose Youth Complex, including key milestones, completion dates, and mechanisms for monitoring progress to avoid any delays? Finally, when will this government resettle the over 299 Namibians currently dwelling in plastic shelters at the Katutura Multipurpose Youth Center into proper permanent homes equipped with essential amenities such as functional toilets, reliable running water, and other necessities to guarantee a life of dignity, and what interim support measures are in place to alleviate their immediate suffering. I so submit. Very good.
Honorable Lutuhezi.
Honorable Speaker, I hereby give notice that on Tuesday, the 10th of February, I shall ask the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, Honorable Lucy Aipumbu, the following questions. Honorable Minister, given that many victims of gender-based violence report threats and abuse to the police prior to being murdered by their spouses or intimate partners, what immediate measures are in place to ensure that such reports are treated as high-risk cases? How many GBV-related murders in the past 3 years involved victims who had previously reported threats or abuse to the police? What disciplinary or criminal sanctions exist for the police officers who fail to act, neglect their duties, or aid perpetrators of GBV? And how many officers have been investigated or sanctioned for such conduct in the past 5 years? And lastly, what urgent steps will the ministry take to ensure that police inaction or complicity does not continue to place gender-based violence victims at risk of death? I so submit.
Thank you, Honorable Member. You may please table the questions. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Honorable MPs on the list of speakers. Can we agree that Honorable Rukato, being the last person on the list, be the last, so that we then have a short break and then we go to the questions? Yeah, please. Very good. Honorable Mulunga. Oh, okay. Just let Honorable Lutuhezi take a seat first.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 12th of February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, Honorable Inge Zamwani Kam, with the following questions. Honorable Minister, in September 2024 and December 2025, Botswana of Namibian descent were repatriated from Botswana to Namibia, with many placed in GAM settlement, with plans to acquire farmland for resettlement purposes. About 3 weeks ago, the Honorable Minister instructed in an open meeting with Chief Justice Wapimbi of GAM to provide her office with 8 names of aspiring farmers from this group. The 8 would be advised on the criteria for submission for consideration on resettlement farms. While Chief Wapimbi was waiting for the criteria, 4 members of the group were allocated resettlement farms while they are not or were not on the list that was provided by the chief. I would therefore like to ask the following questions. How many farms were bought for the repatriates from Botswana? Were these farms acquired for all the repatriates or for some, and under what criteria? How were the above first 4 beneficiaries identified?
Honorable Member, there is a request for, is it a point of order? Point of what? Point of... Yeah, okay. Can I, okay, Honorable Member, just take your seat a bit. You see, this has always been a problem with me, that somebody is asking a question or somebody is answering a question and another person wants to make a point of order or point of privilege. So in the past, I had ruled that if a person is asking a question or is answering a question, let the person finish answering. Unfortunately, the rule does not say so. And that ruling did not go down well. But I was just trying to establish, in the absence of a provision in the rule, to establish a consistent pattern of dealing with the matter. But unfortunately, the House, deals with the... So is it something he's saying that is not clear?
You don't have any
Just because it's errors
not
now.
point of information, honorable member. Proceed. If it's point of information.
Ah,
No, if it's point of information,
sit,
no.
sit.
Honorable member.
Can you sit down?
Okay, honorable member. Let me. Yeah, if it's maybe you can have a point of privilege. Let me hear if it infringes on what is happening after he has made he posed his question.
How were the above first 4 beneficiaries identified from the whole group who submitted their names, and to whom and when? When did they apply and under which criteria? Was this an in-camera or open exercise? What will happen to the 8 names submitted to the office of the minister as per her request? I so submit.
Thank you, Honorable. Now, what is it? Did the Honorable Werikwa still want to make a point of some sort? Yes. No, I want to hear, I can rule him out. I just want to hear what he wants to say, and then I make a ruling.
Yes, it's important that in this house everybody got to lend their point so that the Speaker can eventually apply that very important authority that we have accorded to the Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the community that the Honorable Member is talking about.
When did you go?
Honorable member, on what point?
Can I be protected, Honorable Speaker?
No, honorable members.
Because I'm dealing with a point of privilege here, and somehow there are members that are interrupting my privilege, and I'm feeling somehow my rights are being infringed upon, and thus I need to be protected. It's point of privilege.
Honorable member, it's now break time.
Point of privilege, please.
I ask honorable member. Honorable member, it's now break time. It's break time now. I ask that the House breaks until 16 hours. No. When we come back, yeah. Please take a seat. Honorable members, what is going on? What is going on, honorable members? Yes, Honorable Cooper, what is going on?
Honorable Speaker,
Yes,
I think we have forgotten some of the rules during the holiday and request for a whole week induction. I so submit.
Yes. Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, learning is a lifelong process. So, if during the implementation of our mandate and the application of our rules, we find that there are certain things that we need to explain amongst ourselves, there is nothing that prevents us from doing that. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, honorable members, I was saying I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 honorable members still on the list wanting to ask questions. Do we want to continue with asking of questions, or do we want to go to answering of questions? Yes, Honorable Bishop, what is your proposal? I will hear his proposal and I'll hear
I'm saying we're still having this one. I don't know whether we are going to...
No. Yeah, okay, no. After the questions, if we agree to cease with the posing of questions now, we will go through the rest of the routine of the day. But if we don't, we may never get to even notices of motions. Yeah? So should I exhaust this list because they know? Okay, so let us now honor the list. That's the proposal I'm getting from the floor. Or is there an Honorable Mvula, are you proposing something different?
Yes, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, it's not deliberate. It's not a deliberate counter, but I think there is a need to balance the proceedings and the activities as well by at least reaching a compromise to touch on the answering of the questions. Because obviously it turned out that some of the executive members might feel might feel not pretty much encouraged to attend next week, Thursday, and then we have a compounded problem. So I move that we deal with the answers to the questions posed. Thank you.
Okay, you have dealt with this matter already, Speaker, at least when Honorable Werikwa was raised the point. You directed that let that conversation take place elsewhere, and once that the outcome of that conversation is communicated to you, then it becomes automatic. I will have difficulty in agreeing with that because it's a dangerous preposition to make.
Very good.
Yeah,
so it's a different view.
Yes, so we just proceed the way it is. And
Okay.
if there's a concern, we can see if there's a concern, we engage elsewhere. And then we only come here with a clear direction.
Very good, thank you. So can we agree to go through the list then? Then I would like to appeal to the honorable members that next time, from next week, Tuesday, when we come, these time limits that we have are limits. You don't have to take up a whole 3 minutes. You see, because if we can use 1 minute, 2 minutes, we can ask as many questions and still have time to deal with the other issues. Okay? So now the next one, honorable members, is Honorable Prime Minister first. Is he having a contrary view?
Rights and privileges and so forth, but of course the Speaker can rule us out. But more on this topic, Honorable Speaker, it may sound controversial if it is, I'll sit, but here is what we have. A lot of questions. So these are honorable lawmakers, but we are increasingly becoming honorable question askers. It's fine. I wanted to suggest, honorable members, really to go back to the request I had made earlier, I think last year, if possible, that some of the questions that we are asking, if it is possible that these questions can be bilateralized to the extent that we shouldn't, well, if it is allowed, it's fine. We shouldn't really, if it is about a full stop, and we ask a full stop, and then we want the honorable member to answer the nature and the pen that wrote the full stop. I really want to plead that let's go to them without, of course, telling people what to ask, but at least there are certain fundamental issues that we can raise. And even when that question is asked, all of us on both sides of this aisle will say, yes, like the question of accountability that she has asked. So we can't disagree with that. So I'm just pleading, Honorable Speaker, that we try as much as possible, even if it is difficult to do so, let's find each other and say, oh, but Prime Minister, what about this issue here? and then we deal with it.
Very
That's
good.
one. Two, Honorable Speaker, without belaboring the point. And that is now what Honorable former Governor for Ochadonjupa was trying to, well, okay. No, Honorable Speaker, there is a difficulty really sometimes that you are seated here listening to a trajectory of an argument that you know very well it is not accurate. But somehow, because of the limitations of the rules or the scope within we are, you are forced to nod even if the nodding is not possible. So perhaps we need to be assisted some of these things. Yes, people can be very emotional about a particular point, but you know that where the person is leading, and maybe understandably so, is in a wrong direction. I don't know now whether it is because it is the rules that allow us to say anything. Even if you say that, yeah, the bull gave birth to a calf, honorable member, then all of us say yes. Yeah. So I'm just pleading, Honorable
Yes.
Speaker.
Thank
Okay,
you,
I withdraw.
Thank you, Prime Minister. So I think you asked two questions. You may
Okay,
take
thank
a
you.
seat. I think, or you made a suggestion in your first point that some of the issues can be discussed bilaterally. Some of them, you know, I think ministers can be approached at the ministries. I know I have been approached several times when I was a member of the executive. That is possible. It's the question, the asking of questions does not negate that. It only says members would have a right, nevertheless, to ask questions here. But to the extent possible, then we can engage each other outside. That's a point taken. I think we can engage each other over tea break. That's why I like tea break. The second question was, do the rules allow, constrain us? Do the rules constrain us from calling out wrong things that are done in the House? I don't think so, provided we cite the correct rules. You see? So if there is an infringement of the rules, for example, the rules do allow for point of order. So a point of order can be made, and then that which is wrong is pointed out and it's rectified. But as I was saying, these rules are ours and they can be reviewed. We can workshop them, we can have a common understanding. If we find faults, we can decide to discuss that. But for now, honorable members, the question is, do we continue to the routine order of the day at what time is it now? 16 hours, 17 minutes? Yeah, Honorable Werikwa, is it on that one? Do we continue now to receive questions still?
In that very spirit that you have put through, my submission and suggestion is that considering the pile of questions that we have, and taking into consideration that the ministers have prepared their statements, my submission is that we halt the questions that are on the table, and then we give a permission to the ministers to take the floor and respond to those very questions. And why am I saying that? My justification is here. Those very questions are written questions, and whether they are posted today or next week,
yes,
no changes whatsoever
members,
will come.
Honorable
And
members, yes.
Honorable
yes,
Speaker, can I be
yes,
protected also?
Yes, I have heard you.
Because
yes.
now I'm very
Okay, now
polite.
round up, honorable member.
Thank
Go
you very
ahead,
much.
please.
In that, Honorable Speaker, I submit that we go straight to the answering of questions, and any further questioning can then be held for next week. And in absence of us not agreeing to that, then we can divide the House and rule on it as to how many members are agreeing that we go straight to the answering of questions. Because this is actually robbing the service delivery to the masses.
Thank you, honorable members. Can you please take your seats? Honorable members, we should disagree on difficult issues. We cannot disagree on simple matters. So unfortunately, the way the rules are crafted, there is no discretion given to the Speaker to make a ruling here. Because I would say that if I had a discretion, I was going to make a ruling to say we proceed to the next item. I thought that since all of us want the ministers to be here to answer, we want to get answers from the ministers. Yeah? Yeah. No, now, honorable members, I'm no longer discussing that issue. So I'm going to proceed to call honorable, the next person is honorable who? Karangura. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 19th February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Works and Transport the following questions. Honorable Minister, arise in light of the ongoing challenges faced by TransNamib, including persistent financial instability, operational inefficiency, and widespread dissatisfaction among employees regarding leadership practices. It is worth noting that TransNamib has long been in a critical state. Once in ICU, it now teeters dangerously between ICU and the mortuary. Honorable Minister, based on this enlightenment, I now ask the following questions and clarification. Number one, what measures is the ministry currently undertaking to address the long-standing leadership issues at TransNamib, which have been identified as a core contributor to the company's continued financial difficulties? Number two, will the ministry consider the employees' formal request for a commission of inquiry in TransNamib's management practices and governance structures? Number three, what steps is the ministry taking to ensure that the substantial financial bailouts extended to TransNamib in recent years are effectively utilized to address the root causes of its decline? Number four, can the Honorable Minister provide insight into how and when the ministry intends to constructively engage both the employees and management to address grievances in a timely, transparent, and solution-oriented manner? Finally, and number five, what strategies does the ministry propose to restructure TransNamib's operations and leadership systems? I so submit, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Member may table the questions. Table the questions. Yes. Yes. Yes, Honorable Chair. On what point?
Clarity on a point of privilege.
Yes.
Speaker, I want to understand. There are questions here since last year, March, and some of the current questions are kind of repetition or rephrasing of the same questions that we are still waiting answers for.
Okay.
Are we not trending on dangerous grounds? Because TransNamib is already here. It's not yet answered, and now it's almost the same questions being asked.
Very good. So you are saying that this question is a repetition of another question that was posed.
Exactly.
Very good. Then we will check that. Secretariat will check that. No, I'm not ruling it out. No, he is the one that was speaking. No. Honorable Member, Honorable Chair has raised an issue. The Secretariat is directed to check with the questions and find out whether that question has been posed already as a question paper, and I will make a ruling on that. Then we proceed with the next member, Honorable Mbinge. Yes, Honorable Nekunti, on what point?
Thank you. I'm not a proxy leader. Honorable Speaker, I just know the proxy is the one who speak on behalf of
No conversation.
Honorable Speaker, I just want to check your understanding, not the questions as classical questions, but the pre-statement, which then together makes it a question. Whether that does not violate Rule 131.
Say that again. Say that again.
Whether Honorable Kalangula's question does not violate Rule 131.
131.
Sub 1D.
Sub 1D.
Yes.
A question may not contain arguments, inferences, opinions, imputations, epithets, or hypothetical matters. A question should not do what D is prohibiting. So we note that, and we will check that out and make a ruling. Yeah? Secretariat also note that. So there are 2 points raised there. Yeah? Then there was someone on the floor. Who was on the floor? Okay, so the honorable member finished, tabled his question. The next honorable MP on the list is Honorable Klute. Huh? Honorable Klute. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, the name moved to the bottom. Yeah, Honorable Binge Sheundo. And also they are not consistent. Sometimes they say Binge Sheundo. Secretariat, can the names be spelled at the time? Eh? Yes, Honorable Binge.
Both me, Binge Chundo. Don't divorce me. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 15 February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Finance, Honorable Eric Shafuta, the following. Honorable Speaker, the President's directive to the Social Security Commission to implement a National Pension Fund and a National Medical Aid Benefit Fund by the 1st April 2026 represent one of the most ambitious social protection reforms since independence. It speaks to the lived realities of millions of Namibians who face insecurity in retirement and vulnerability in times of illness. While the objectives of these reforms are progressive and commendable, ambition alone does not guarantee success. Given Namibia's great experience with large public funds, it is important that Parliament interrogates the readiness, affordability, governance, and long-term sustainability of these initiatives to ensure they strengthen rather than erode public trust and economic stability. I therefore ask the Honourable Minister the following. What evidence shows that Social Security Commission has the capacity to roll out 2 national funds by the 1st of April 2026 without compromising service delivery or governance? How will investment decisions be governed to ensure contributors' funds are professionally managed and protected from political interference? How will the Minister commit to a phased and gradual implementation of contributions, and what criteria will determine the pace at which contribution rates are increased over time? What public consultation has been undertaken to ensure stakeholders understood the cost, the benefit, and the risk of these funds? If the systems are not ready by the announced deadline, will the Ministry delay the implementation rather than risk a weak rollout that undermines public confidence? I so submit, Honourable Speaker.
Table the questions, Honourable Member. Now, listen, but you don't know what the list is. Yeah, but the Honourable Member can pass this side. Very good. Thank you. So we can proceed with Honourable Klute, please.
Honourable Speaker, I hereby give notice that on the 12th of February 2026, I will ask the Honourable Minister of International Relations and Trade the following. Honourable Minister, recent reports in local media indicate that during a visit to Moscow in January this year, the Honourable Minister met senior Rosatom officials to discuss preparations for signing a framework intergovernmental agreement on cooperation in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, including joint work on uranium deposits in Namibia. This takes place against the backdrop of Rosatom's subsidiary Headsprings Investments seeking to develop an in situ leach uranium mine in the Standard Artesian Basin, which the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform has since designated as a water protection area under the Water Resource Management Act in order to safeguard a critical drinking water source. Even President Nantin Ndaitwah is also reported to be planning a state visit to Moscow later this year, during which this agreement may be signed. I therefore ask, what are the specific terms of the framework intergovernmental agreement on peaceful uses of nuclear energy currently under negotiation with the Russian Federation? 2. has Cabinet formally approved a negotiating mandate for this agreement? If so, what date was this mandate approved and what safeguards does it include regarding Namibian sovereignty, environmental protection, and compliance with International Atomic Energy Agency standards? 3. Will this agreement be tabled in Parliament before signature to allow for proper oversight and public consultation as required for international agreements that bind the Republic? 4. The Russian Foreign Minister is reported to have said that promising areas of cooperation include uranium extraction, processing, and energy development. Does the framework agreement include provisions for a small modular nuclear reactor? B. Uranium processing facilities in Namibia. C. Preferential supply arrangements for Namibian uranium to Russian nuclear facilities. And or D. Joint ventures in nuclear fuel cycle activities. 5. And final, what commitments, if any, were made during the Minister's January 2026 Moscow visit regarding Rosatom's Headspring investments, uranium exploration in the Stampede Artesian Basin? Were any assurances given regarding the regulatory environment for Rosatom's Wings project? Honorable Speaker, I so submit.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Please table the questions. Honorable Lucato.
Honorable Speaker, members of Parliament, the leaders of all various political parties, thank you for the platform and a good day. On Thursday, 5 February 2026, I hereby give notice that on Wednesday, 11 February 2026, I shall ask the Minister of Finance, my relative sister, Honorable Erika Shafuda, the following questions. Honorable Minister, civil servants continue to serve the nation of Namibia, but still remain unpaid by their various government employers. Their salaries have not been increased over the past few years, and the service delivery may be subjected to poor performances in their respected office as a result. Therefore, I rise to ask the Honourable Minister if the salaries of the civil servants will be increased and if it will be part of the 2026-2027 budget. I so submit, Honourable Speaker.
Please table the questions, Honourable Lucato. Anticipating the budget. Honorable Fries? Yes. Now, on what point is that one? Honorable Fries, a moment, please. Yes, please.
Yes, whether
point of privilege.
I just want to hear from you, the ruling, whether the honorable question is not violating the rule on anticipation in view of a budget that is coming up. I just want to get an understanding.
Maybe we reflect on that for next time when we are going to review the rules. Honorable Priest.
Honorable Speaker.
Are you anticipating the budget coming? What is
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I have an urgent oral question.
Oh, an urgent oral question. So
Yes.
let's park that and hear the rest of the honorable MPs. The next MP is Honorable Kanguru. Huh? Point of privilege. Okay. Oh, why? Were you asking for the floor? I think something is wrong with my gadget here because it seems as if it's dropping names. Maybe the name comes down when it starts to light. Yeah, it drops down and it disappears. Like Honorable Hengari's name is not on the list, Secretariat. So let's check that. So point of privilege.
Yes. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Now I just wanted to draw the Speaker to one important thing that just happened now. When the Honorable Nekundi had the floor, I know and I respect that Honorable Nekundi might be the one of the people that nominated the Speaker, but I just want to implore all of us to respect the office that the Speaker holds. The Honorable Nekundi just referred to the Speaker as you now. I don't think we will. Yeah, it's very unparliamentary and it shouldn't be repeated. Yes.
Honorable Mashindage, okay, Honorable. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much to both of you. Yeah, very good. Now the list is now, this list followed by Honorable Kandorodo. But I know there were names there that just went from the top to the bottom. So it's okay, ne? So we can proceed. Okay, let's proceed to Honorable Mongo then. Agent, okay, Honorable Kandorodo, was it? Now can you believe Honorable Kangu is the one who has the floor, ne? Isn't it? Now the list is changing, it's the Secretariat, but go ahead. But if Honorable Member, wait a moment. Honorable Kangu, is your question oral or written? Huh? It's an oral question. So Honorable Mongo can proceed. The list should not move, ne?
I want to switch.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Zara Kuwongera Damavira. I have an urgent oral question to the Honorable Minister of Health.
Yes, let's hear the gist, Honorable Mongo. She's here.
The gist is the polio vaccination campaign.
Okay.
Honorable Minister, the ministry has just concluded the polio vaccination campaign. However, I've been receiving calls since the conclusion from parents and guardians with children under the age of 10 who are eligible for the vaccination, and they are asking whether there's been a provision made for the children who have not taken who have missed out actually in round 1 of the vaccination. I would also like to find out if the minister is able to update the House on the total coverage that has been reached during the first round of the campaign. And most importantly, Honorable Minister, is there plans that the minister is considering to integrate type 2 polio into the immunization, the routine immunization schedule? That's it.
Very good. Yes, Honorable Minister of Health. Yes, Honorable Minister, you.
Yes, my apologies, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much for the question. I'll try and remember them in the order that they were asked. So the first question was those that missed the vaccination. So ideally, they really shouldn't be missing. We did give quite ample time. We did alert everybody of how serious it is and the importance thereof. It is important to know that polio is one of those where we had to do very little, even advertisement. We did a lot, but very little because just generally the population is aware of polio. It's one of those old day, conditions that people are aware of and the dangers thereof. So we were hoping we did do enough coverage to ensure that people would heed to the call. However, we do know that oftentimes there are those that, for various reasons, just did not manage. The team are currently looking at that now and assessing how, of course, we can incorporate them. That's the first answer. Then the second answer is with regards to coverage. We're actually very happy to announce that from the first phase, this was about 2 days into the vaccination campaign, we had reached 91% coverage. So that is fantastic. We are happy about that. And then the final question is, so the vaccines that are incorporated into the vaccination schedule are largely dependent on what we are exposed to. Now, because of the fact that
this type 2. So previously, as you rightfully said, with the healthcare background that you have, the vaccines that we had were previously targeted type 1 and type 3. Now, because of the fact that we have this new circulating, now we have to introduce this to type 2, right, vaccination. So it's a very important question you've asked, because then what happens to the people that are eligible after the campaign when it's still circulating? So it's a crucial question that you've asked. The team are looking at that, and the direct answer to that ultimately would be that we will need to look at incorporation for those that come afterwards. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Kangulu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the floor. Mine is also a very urgent question to the Minister of Labour, Honorable Wise. Is basically bread and butter issues. Fishermen. Honorable Minister, the fishermen under the government employment program, or redress program, rather to say, they are still at Okapare, not paid their salary to this end. Me and you, I think we are satisfied. I wanted to basically know the call to business unusual. What does really that mean? What is your intervention, Honorable Minister, for these countrymen who are 7 years at Okapare? And the program was put by the government to ensure that they are absorbed. And at the end of the day, no salary. I wanted, at one time I seen my young brother here, Honorable Nekundi, in terms of compliance, was somewhere in Kavango. He told the company, if you do not pay, I will take action. What have you done for this member to make sure that they get their salary? Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Chief.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and I would like to thank Honorable Kangulu for the question. Am I audible? Honorable Speaker, honorable members of this august house. No, I don't have a bottle today. Well, I think, Honorable Speaker, it's suffice to say that the situation of the fishermen is common cause to all of us, particularly those that mind, informing themselves or indulging with the literature. The fishermen that are at Okapale, they are not at Okapale because they have not been placed at any company that has been allocated quotas under the government redress program. I want to place that on record. The fishermen that are at Okapale, no, it's very true, it's factual. It is. Just allow me to contextualize it for you, my honorable member. The fishermen at Okapale are assigned to various groups. The group that has not gotten the salary, and it's a salary for January, the group that was allocated to Walu Fishing Company, and as a matter of fact, that problem has not only been for January, it has been since October last year, that from October last year, November and December, they had not gotten a salary from the company that they were allocated to. As a result of that, a conversation took place between myself as well as the minister, the sector minister, the minister responsible for fishery. An alternative was found for the salary to be paid for October, November, and December. So, as you know, the fishing season, had come to an end for some species of fish. And there was actually an audit that has been ordered that we have consulted between myself as well as the Honorable Minister of Fishery to say going forward, we want to make sure that quotas are allocated under the redress program are allocated after we have gotten a comprehensive understanding of what is happening within the fishing sector. Yes, we know, and this is not a situation that has been created by Honorable Kangulu, let alone by Wise Emmanuel or anyone that is sitting here. So it's a problem that is there, that we have companies that are assigned quotas and they have no job to offer at all. So whether they had made misrepresentation and all that, those things we will only be able to gather once the audit is concluded. So, but as of now, we have made attempt to even assist that group that you are talking about. It's a group of about 222 employees. We are fully aware. We are in touch with these people. There is nothing that myself and the Minister of Fishery, there is no one that can tell us anything about. Insofar, and I'm saying this with the greatest respect to, yes, okay, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Professor, can you please listen? Honorable Venani, can I conclude? I'm saying, Honorable Vedani, Honorable Professor. Yes, Honorable Speaker, I'm not able to conclude because I'm being interjected by the other honorable members.
Honorable members.
I was on the periphery of saying, insofar as the current reality of the fishermen and the peoples that are concerned by the question, their situation is concerned, there is nothing that we don't know. We have engaged these people. We have sat with them in meetings, up to midnight, 12 o'clock in the morning. We are fully conversant with the challenge that they are facing, and we are seized, We are seized with thought on how best we can actually address their challenge. So it's suffice to say that, Honorable Speaker,
so, thank you.
We are aware, we sympathize with these people, and we are trying to devise strategies on how to help them. And that situation, Honorable Speaker, it's not one that is a candidate to politicking. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Now, yes, the last person is on. No, the last person, Honorable Kanderoto.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. Control the House. My urgent oral goes to Honorable Sankwasa James, or James Sankwasa. Are you aware that, no, for your information, you just came late. SWAPO lost the election that we had because you did not vote. Okay. My oral agent. Okay. I withdraw. It's a gist. I'm Kenya. It's a gist. Okay, my oral.
Point of order on you.
what you said.
Yeah, Speaker. Speaker. Speaker, the society is watching and listening to what is happening here. And the Honorable is misinforming the public that SWAPO has lost the elections that took place here.
There was no election.
Therefore, I want really the Honorable to withdraw that statement because it's misinforming the public. Thank you.
I withdraw.
Yeah, thank you.
Honorable Sankwasa, are you aware that Oshituo settlement in Kakara constituency, Oshodanjupa region, Okashoru in particular, they have been without water for almost 3 months now because NAM Water cut the water as of the result that the regional council under your jurisdiction failed to pay 5 million, the regional council, due to wrong billing, the system that does not update the invoices of the residents, some members of the community that don't have cattle, garden or anything, they owe 30,000, marginalized communities, some of them owes 40,000. So when are you going to rectify the situation? As I'm speaking now, people are getting water from the sewerage pond to help themselves. For how long are you going to deny Oshituo residents water? And when will the ministry pay 5 million to NAM Water to connect the water to the residents of Okashoru? I so submit.
I think the ministry must go to the president.
You must put this ministry under the president.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The answer to the question is very simple. The arrear payment to NAM Water, which the residents are suffering from, came from the very person who asked the question when he was the councillor of Okashoru. As a member of Oshodanjupa Regional Council, the councillor was responsible for the same constituency where he failed to organize the water. Thank you so much.
Honorable members, I want to, honorable members, one moment, please. There is a limit. There is a limit to the time that is allocated for oral agent questions. Now there is one last person, being Honorable Freeze. Honorable. No, there is no one on the floor now. No. Yeah, no. No, he responded. Honorable. Okay, honorable member, you made your point. Let me respond. Honorable Sankwasa responded. I cannot prescribe to Honorable Sankwasa what he should say in answer. So he has answered. So Honorable Freeze. That question ought to have been put in writing. Honorable Sampasa, please take your seat. Honorable members, questions are, according to the rules, supposed to be put in writing after a notice.
This is agent. People don't have water.
That there are so many questions
Honorable.
that are being put that could have otherwise been put through a notice. I just want to say that. I don't want to be too restrictive. I'm trying to be flexible, but there is an extent to which that flexibility can be exercised. So now I want to give the floor to Honorable Freeze. Okay, for point of privilege.
Honorable,
I understand the accusation or the fact that Comrade Sangwasa threw towards Kandorodu as to how this thing originated and so on and so forth. That's okay. But what is the response?
Yeah.
What is the response? People are without water. What is going to happen?
Honorable member, I would rule that out of order. Honorable member, I go back to the questions. The questions are to be put in writing. Truly, they are to be put in writing. Honorable priest, you have the floor.
At last, thank you, Honorable Speaker. My urgent oral question goes to the Minister of Agriculture. Honorable Minister of Agriculture, it is with regard to the current outbreak of the foot and mouth disease in our neighbor in South Africa. It will have serious consequences if it spills over into Namibia. So my question basically is, what is the ministry and by extension the government planning?
Yes, Honorable Priest, you may continue.
The level of preparedness of the ministry and the government with regard to the foot and mouth disease. And in the event that the disease spills over into Namibia, what are your contingency plans to contain this disease? Or the outbreak, yes. As I have said, we are trading partners with South Africa, and agriculture is the backbone of our rural economies in Namibia. There is so much at stake, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Now we only have 1 minute and 15 seconds left for urgent oral questions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Member, for that very important question. If there is something that is keeping me awake at night right now, is the threat of FMD to our country. We are seized with the matter, as we know that only one province of South Africa, which is the Northern Cape, remain unaffected. We also know that northern part of Botswana, Zone 6B, has reported an outbreak of some few cases there. What we have done in terms of measures to try and prevent, we have intensified our spraying efforts at the borders, and we are busy working with the Livestock and Livestock Product Board to put a permanent wash station at the border with South Africa. And as you know, Honorable Member, the situation, I'm coming to that. I don't know how many people are on the floor, but with respect, so as you know, Honorable Member.
So I give 2 more minutes to Honorable Minister, and this is a very important issue.
Yes.
That's why we thought to have come. What? No, I'm saying the time is up. The ruling of the Speaker. What I'm trying to say is that in terms of the rules, there is a time set for urgent oral questions. In that time, can you allow me to just finish? Yeah, in that time is over now. But in terms of the rules, there is a flexibility for the Speaker to extend the time by no more than a certain period. And that's Honorable Member, can you not interrupt the Speaker when she is ruling? No. Honorable Minister, you are giving 2 more minutes to finish this.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think in the interest of the importance of this matter, allow me to come with a ministerial statement next week, Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Very good. Now there is 1 minute, and if you have an urgent oral question, you can.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I have an urgent oral question for the Honourable Minister James Sankwasa. Now, as a young farmer, Honourable Minister, and I'm asking this with the full understanding of the politics that we are often tempted to partake in, especially in this House. There's a water crisis in Okashuru. I want to ask the Minister, where there are those issues or where we see councils owing money, how do we address and what is the position of the current administration to address the water issue, especially for those who rely on farming, whether it's crop farming or animal farming? How do we ensure that those individuals are assisted in some way? Honourable Minister, so submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Sankwasa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The issue of water shortage in Namibia is not of yesterday. And the particular place being said is not the only one affected. The question was on the NamWater account. When NamWater gives accounts, they give to communal areas that are in constituencies. That I want to repeat, in the NamWater area account is coming over 15 years, where the Honorable Councillor who asked it was a councillor in Ochozonjupa constituency. And therefore, we have to deal with, it's not a question of water supply, it's a question of getting a budget to pay the accounts that the Honorable Councillor left behind.
Thank you. Notices of motions. Notices of motions. Notices of motions. No? Notices of motions. Honorable Benani, notice of motions.
Personal explanation. Personal explanation.
Honorable Speaker, I just want to inform my very good Minister Sankwasa, that I'm the chief resident of Okashuru, and I'm sitting without water for 2.5 months. The situation is very dire.
Notices of motion.
No water.
Notices of motion.
When you don't have water in your village, you won't do it. Don't undermine people. Don't undermine us.
Should I
No,
call
don't
the
do that.
member? Honorable member.
You are a government responsible for the lives of people.
Minister.
You cannot just play with our lives. No, you can't bully us. You can't bully us when the speaker is my friend.
Can you put off the mic of Honorable Benani if he's not?
Speaker, I withdraw the finger.
Honorable member, do you want us
but you are my friend,
to switch
don't
off the mic?
I withdraw. I'm a very respectable man of the house. I must always lead by example. I withdraw. But I am without water. We are without water.
Honorable Benani, notice of motion.
Honorable Speaker, Opo is very bad for her.
Honorable members.
We did what?
No. Honorable Chair, you don't have the floor.
How are these young people pointing fingers at us?
Honorable Benani, notice of motion.
I withdraw. Honorable Speaker, I hereby give
Yes, point of order. Point of order, Honorable.
I hereby give notice that on the day of the Lord, Tuesday, 3rd of February, the year of the Lord 2026, No, 13th of February. But you see, I'm getting gray. I shall move a motion that this house, the August House, recognizes the urgent need to develop a sustainable and resilient agricultural sector in Namibia, particularly through desert farming, as a strategic response to climate change, food insecurity, and unemployment. Whereas desert farming, supported by modern irrigation systems and innovative land use practices, has the potential to unlock underutilized arid land, strengthen agricultural value chains, enhance food security, and create sustainable jobs, especially for our young people in rural communities. That this assembly debates the development and expansion of desert farming through targeted investment in irrigation infrastructure, research and innovation, and effective measures to combat desertification with the aim of expanding agricultural productivity and economic participation. Lastly, and that this motion be referred to a relevant standing committee for further consideration, stakeholder input, and recommendations to the House. Honorable Speaker, I so move.
Honorable Thomas.
Yeah, thank you very much. The elder starting now speaking.
Yeah. Very
Keep
much.
quiet.
Keep quiet.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. February 13, 2026, I shall move a motion that this House to discuss, refer the matter to the appropriate committee for investigation and a report back to this August House for discussion, debate, recommend regarding the importance of public health care in both state hospital and rural area for those who live and work there permanently. It was discovered that the numerous drawbacks to those who have a public service employed medical aid do not accept in the state hospital and the clinic wide. Always civil servants leave the workplace and travel in distance of 100 and 150 kilometers to seek a private doctor in a larger town for a treatment, as hospital clinics are discriminated against this medical ID card to the civil servant. Why? The civil servants are not accepted to be treated in state hospital and clinic wide. I so move.
Yes. Honorable member may table the motion. So is there, honorable member, you can rise on whatever point you want to make and advise me. You can advise me if there is a concern, and I would. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Honorable member, can you take? No, honorable. No, honorable. Honorable member. Honorable member, can you table the notice? We will look at the notice. We will look at the notice, and if there is anything we need to feed back, we will. Honorable Lucato.
Honorable Speaker, Member of Parliament, today, Thursday, 5 February 2026, I hereby give notice that on 11 February 2026, I shall move the motion that this August House discuss about the implementation of electrification and the water supply in rural areas. Every Namibian deserves. Are you disturbing me? Every Namibian deserves access to electricity, water, and sanitation. The government of Namibia had announced that it will address the electrification and the water supply in rural areas, but many are still without these necessities. Urgency is required to speed up the electrification and the water supply in rural areas. Honorable Speaker, a budget was already set to fund the electrification and the water supply in rural areas. However, since its announcement, nothing has been done to further the electrification of the rural areas. Many Namibian people continue to live without water, electricity, and sanitation, especially in rural areas.
Honorable Member, today you only give notice.
Yes, I'll give, okay.
Yeah.
I so
Then you
submit.
motivate your motion.
I so submit, Honorable
Yes,
Speaker.
please table the notice. Thank you. Any ministerial statements? Reports from the Committee of the Whole Assembly and consequential proceedings. Now, today being a Thursday, the first item is supposed to be answering of questions. We only have a few minutes, but we will try. The first question is question number 24 by Honorable Thomas to the Minister of Urban and Rural Development. Does Honorable Thomas put the question? Can you put the, do you put the question? Do you put the question, Honorable? Yes. Okay. So Honorable Sankwasa is not here. Okay. No, but I can't do that. I don't see him. I called upon him, Honorable Sankwasa, he's not here. I can't go and pull him out. You see? The next question, yeah. Honorable members, honorable members, honorable member, please, the next question is question number 28 by Honorable Motu to the Minister of Works. Does Honorable Motu put the question? Honorable Minister of Works? Point of, okay, point of privilege, Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise on 83(1)D, which is the point of privilege, and I tie that to 85 that talks to questions. Honorable Speaker, I need to be assisted.
Rule what?
85.
85.
85, where we have questions, somewhere there.
Yeah.
In the middle, there's a questions. But my point of privilege is to seek assistance from Honorable Speaker. I tend to believe that those ones who were there before us, when they made provision for questions to be asked in two different forms, is because of the importance that should be attached to those questions. Honorable Speaker, we give too much attention to oral questions than written questions. Oral questions are made in such a way that you ambush us as executives to test our abilities. But the written questions is made in such a way that we need to research so that we inform the nation on these critical questions, on these subjects that form these critical questions. That now the time that is allocated to us to answer the written questions is what? Since 2:30 we are here. We are just now left with 20 minutes. Honorable Speaker, can you help us? And I believe the chief whips from all the houses, all sides, are listening to my question. If there is a need for the rules to be changed, let it be. And then we are given a directive to say, we cannot have questions that have been here for 4 months, 5 months. Let them lapse, because they are no longer relevant. I so submit.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. No, we raised that issue earlier. One of the few items that has a limit under the rules is oral agent questions, because the rules provide for 20 minutes. But the rule does not provide a limit for notified questions. The whole day, we were just receiving notice of questions. But what I'm hearing from you is confirming that all of us are converged, that the way we are handling the agenda is not optimal. So we have agreed that pending the amendment of the rules, the chief whips would meet and they will come with a proposal. Can we agree on that one? Yes, please. Now, let's go to the, who was answering the question was the Honorable Mo to put the question to the Minister of Works. Now the floor is with the Minister of Works.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. As much as I want and respect this august House, I have difficulties. The first difficulty is the table office have manipulated this question 28 because the question was to the Prime Minister, never to Works and Transport. So there was never a time that the mover have amended this question. So therefore, I cannot deal with Secretariat that is manipulating facts on the table. Number two, Honorable Speaker, I have a fundamental problem. Let's look at what we call a question. It's a preface, and the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One is that out of hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
What is here? You don't even know what I'm saying. You don't even know what I'm saying. What I'm saying, can I protect it?
Yes. Honorable Motu, can we hear the Minister? Yeah, can the Minister have his say, please? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, of all the numbers I've mentioned, there is no questions. It's just statements. There's no question. I can tell you.
Yes,
he says the appointment of Darius Nerumbu to the role of acting CEO was not publicly advertised, nor was a transparent, merit-based recruitment process followed. This raises concern of procedural irregularity and corruption. Is that a question?
Okay,
How do I answer now?
Yes.
There's not a question.
Go ahead.
So therefore, I'm just saying, you must be able to say that one, the question is, there is no question. There is no question. Number two, the question is not to Minister of Works and Transport, but it was to the Prime Minister. Once it is amended and properly set, I will answer the question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. There is that. The Minister has responded that way in terms of the rules. Yeah, it is specified the criteria that the questions are supposed to address. And here it's indicated the question is to the Minister of Works, but the Minister is contesting that the question was not put that way. So I will have to establish that with the Secretariat, and I therefore cannot make a ruling. That's point number one. Point number two, when we come next time, I will announce the ruling on that. Now, coming to page 129. 121? So now, having reserved my ruling on the issue raised by the first issue raised by Honorable Nekundi, now I'll come to the other issues that he has raised. That the questions are not framed as questions to seek for information, but they are statements making allegations. It is very voluminous. Now, I want to say that in terms of Rule 129, a question to a minister may either seek information on such a matter or ask for official action with regard to it, provided that the question may not ask a minister. For A, it does not apply here. Then B, it does not apply here. Then 3, it's 131 specifically, under 131, sub 1. The proper object of a question is to obtain information within the official cognizance of the person to whom it is addressed, or to ask for official information. A question may not include the names of persons unless that is necessary to render the question intelligible and can be authenticated. Not more than one subject may be referred to in one question, and a question may not be of excessive length. A question may not contain arguments, inferences, opinions, imputations, epithets, or hypothetical matters. Yeah, so that is sub 1. So now that we have deferred the ruling to this question, we would look at all those aspects, and we will do the same for all the other questions that are put. So, and that has, as I have indicated, learning is a process. So as we go along, we refine the way that we do things, so that when a question is asked, it arises, it generates interest in the public. People want to get answers. And we also don't want people who are not here to defend themselves to be seen to be guilty of things they never had an opportunity to defend themselves from. So I reserve my ruling on that one, and the question, I would not therefore insist that there should be an answer on that one. Now, having said that, I will go to the next question. It's by Honorable Ipumbu, question number 29, to the Minister of Justice. Honorable Ipumbu, do you put the question? Minister of Justice? On a point of privilege, Minister of Justice, just a minute.
Speaker, thank you very much, Speaker. I would just like to ask for guidance. In this case, where a minister defers the question and he says it's not under his ministry, would you then allow for a minister to continue making statements? Yes, the format of the question is something off the table that they can advise me. But however, there is a clear conflict of interest between the person who is... And remember when I asked this question, I said I want to ask it to the Prime Minister because I know the Minister of Works has relations to the person who is alleged who has done the corruption. And I have put it on... No, can I just finish? So it is not right for a minister who was not there at that time to make such statements. In terms of the format, you can change the format. I can put it in questions. It is in ACC, it is on newspapers, it is public information. It is not a secret. But however, he cannot make a statement after he has deferred it to another minister.
But you are wrong also in what you are doing now. I just read out the rule. You see? So the purpose of a question is to seek for information. Question time does not substitute for watchdog institutions' work. So if there is any suspicion that any person has committed an omission or a commission, then we go to the designated institution. We don't take the platform of question time to insinuate things. Whether now those things turn out to be true or not, we raise those things at the appropriate platforms. So I have ruled on that matter, Honorable Member. Now, we go to the next one. No, I said I reserve my ruling. I will come with the ruling. I'm not making any ruling now. Yeah. Subject to those rules that I have cited. No, I ruled that I reserve my ruling, not that it should be redirected, because there are multiple challenges with the question. Yeah. Question number 29, Honorable Ipumbu to Minister of Justice. Minister, you have the floor now.
Honorable Speaker, with esteemed consideration to Honorable Ipumbu, I would like to reactivate my plea earlier rendered on the strength of Rule 134, Sub-Rule 6.
134, that what?
Sub-Rule 6.
Yeah, what does it say? 34, Sub-Rule 6. A minister or a member may, with leave of assembly, defer. Okay, so you are asking to defer the question, the answering of the question. Yeah, Honorable Member? Is that, can you just say what you're asking us to do? Yeah.
I am reactivating my plea earlier rendered on the strength of Rule 134, Sub-Rule 6.
Thank you, Honorable Member, but next time it will be good to just say what the rule says,
Okay.
so that everybody can follow, including the people outside, because they don't have the rules. They don't know what you are saying.
Okay, Honorable.
Yes, thank you very much. So the Honorable Member has asked for the deferment or for him to prepare. Yeah, no, just one moment, the Honorable Member, I'm making a ruling. I'll give you the floor to make your point of privilege. But I want to reiterate the point I made earlier. A question is not to mention somebody's name unless if it cannot be posed without mentioning that person's name. So I just want to reiterate that. Yes, then Honorable Kandorodu, with your point of privilege, you have the floor.
We appreciate learners who are part of debating society at school. We have a concern in this house. We want to solve the issue of Thursday in terms of questions and answers. However, the executive, when we avail the time for them to respond, they either abscond, AWOL, or reactivate or defer answers. So I think it's a matter of engagement and discussion to find the common purpose of what we want to do in this house. Because
matters are being dealt with. We shouldn't go back to it. We have agreed already. Yeah, Honorable Ampanda, is it a point of... No? Maybe... I see your name was here, it appeared, I don't know how, maybe the gadgets are not working.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker.
Is it a point of privilege?
I had many
because
points.
We are in the question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker. I had many points, so I must just think which one. Thank you for giving me a chance to...
No, you can only have point of privilege
No, you
because we
called
are
me to
answering
speak.
questions. Okay, so you don't have a point to make. It was a gadget mistake.
Oh.
It was a gadget mistake. Your name just appeared here.
But now it's on.
But now it's off. It's now down.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, point of privilege, Honorable Theophilus.
Honorable Speaker, I want to put it on record that there are no ministers who abscond coming to Parliament to respond to questions. That assumption or that inference to the public is wrong. Ministers in this House are committed to the issues being raised. We take hours to engage with our officials. We take hours to engage with our public enterprises. We review and over-review the responses they give to ensure the members of this House and the public have the right information to make the right decisions that affect their lives. So this insinuation that we are absconding or trying to not answer questions is not correct. In fact, we are being delayed in giving responses to the public, and it's not on us. So that must not stand. No.
Thank you. Question number 63, Honorable Kalangula to the Minister of Works. Honorable Kalangula. No, Honorable Kalangula, please. Do you put the question? Yeah, to Minister of Works.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The question 63, it deals with the road Arandes to Usakos Arandes Swakop Buffers Bay. And the questions are provided as follows, Honorable Speaker. The detailed design for Usakos Arandes Swakopmund is a 2+1 road with a 3-lane highway that has 2 travel lanes in one direction, one of which is used for passing maneuvers and 1 lane in the opposite direction. Additionally, the passing lane alternates every few kilometers to allow fast traffic volumes to flow freely. In some areas, the design is justified by a 4-lane highway that would serve the fast-passing vehicles. The detailed design for Usakos up to Arandes was underway last year and now is completed as we speak, while the remaining section from Arandes to Swakopmund will start financial year 2026-2027. The next issue raised, the response is as follows. The statement in a subsequent question is absolutely incorrect. Our government and her SOEs have implemented multiple strategic plans successfully, including the Okahanja Windhoek dual carriage road, on which the member often travels on, the Windhoek Hosea Kutako road, on which the member travels on when going to the airport for his parliamentary international functions. Currently, the Swakopmund Wafes Bay dual carriage road, the Swakopmund Hendis Bay now approaching Uis, the Hobabes Amines road now approaching Ranos, the Hobabes Ochinene Grootfontein, the Rundu Kurenkuru Mpungu Okongo Oshakati Onuno, and Engela Ongenga Okalongo Utapi, Kurenkuru Nepara, and many others are indeed the undeniable fact that we have implemented successfully our strategic plans. We are indeed an accountable government by all standards, in the past, present, and future. Honorable Speaker, some designs work is progressing, and this will provide technical information about the road alignment, pavement structure, and how it will respond to the anticipated future traffic. It's worth mentioning that our SOE, Road Authority Strategic Plan, is aligned to the strategic plan of the Ministry of Works and Transport and the National Development Goals. Thus serving as a tool for effective planning, implementation, to establish a clear vision, allocate resources effectively, and achieve these long-term goals and objectives. Having a strategic plan enables the organization to know how to balance its regional projects and ensure the effective allocation of resources equally. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Member, the next question is addressed as follows. Yes, I am aware of all safety aspects along this road, and that the safety on all our road users is important to the Ministry of Roads and Transport and our government at large, as evidently various interventions rolled out by the responsible road safety subsector over the years, and which we still continue to pursue. As a minister, as much as I accept responsibility, you and we as a collective must be responsible on the road and adhere to the traffic regulations to ensure the roads are safe for all road users. Remember, you can have the widest roads on planet, but if you are reckless as a driver, you will never forever escape causing accidents on the road. Honestly, first and foremost, before a member of this House criticizes the road, one must first encourage responsible driving, as that is the key pillar of safe.
I give you 2 minutes to add to finish. Yes. Because it's an answer, people want an answer, so you can, I see you only have 1 more page left, so you can finish in 1 minute.
Let me put it on record. That's the next question. The next question. Let me put it on record. Academically and scientifically, there was never and there will never be a waste of stability by a mere delay of a project execution. Moreover, under the Sole Party government, as prior outlined with absolute facts, we have delivered on projects, particularly on roads, as I will further come prove. during the 2026-2027 budget presentation. Conducting a feasibility study and detailed design work on priority roads is essential to ensure the project succeed, to meet the project's expectations or needs, and determine the benefits-cost ratio of the project, and to know the requirements for anticipated funding on the project. The findings and or recommendation of feasibility studies, together with the detailed technical designs, are crucial elements of planning that helps with the resource identification and commitment. Once we have this in place, it is easier and faster to deploy the construction teams while the funding is available. The last question, Honorable Speaker, on the matter. As long as one occupies him or herself with negative and misfaced views, the dominant will always be as such. I have clearly detailed numerous road projects successfully constructed in this country by the Swabo party-led government, on which many, if not all here, enjoys the right on. We have expanded once more the Windhoek Okahanja, Okahanja Karibeb, Swakop Mudvazes Bay, now busy with Karibeb Usakos. Detailed designs done for Usakos Arandes. Feasibility and detailed designs for Arandes Swagomund is set to start next financial year, 2026-2027. It's the wish of the Minister of Works and Transport, and indeed of this responsible government, not to lose any soul of any of our people on our roads. Thus, many road safety campaigns and programs have been rolled out to ensure the reductions of accidents on our roads. One life lost is one too many. And as a ministry and all stakeholders in the road safety subsector, we live and breathe for the safety of all our road users, inclusive of the pedestrians. This is evidenced by our various road safety interventions as rolled out over the years, and which we will continue to pursue. Thank you very much,
Honorable. These questions, many of them, they are too long. But please let us try in answering to just be specific. Otherwise, we'll just do injustice to the people out there. This cannot be undone anymore unless if we agree to dismiss all of them and ask the question to be reformulated, which will be a waste of time and resources. So let us try. Those who are asking questions, be brief. Those who are answering, please be brief. Yeah. So the next question, the next question, no, the speaker may allow, may. So the speaker doesn't allow follow-up questions. So question 69 by Honorable Mvura to the Minister of Works. No, the speaker may just check the rule there. I defer that. I defer it. I will cite it. I will cite it, Honorable Member. Yeah, I will cite it. Now the next one is 69 by Honorable Mvura to the Minister of Works. Honorable, do you put the question?
Yes, so I move, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Minister of Works and Transport.
The time, 5 minutes. I don't know.
That's a challenge. I feel for you. I understand, but let's try to.
I will try,
deal
Honorable
with the
Speaker.
matter.
Okay, Honorable Speaker. The question is the response to the member of question 69 is as follows. I must respectfully note that this question contains certain presumptions that require clarification for the benefit of this House and the public record. Allow me to provide proper context regarding the properties in question, specifically Lewis House and its current occupants, which appear to be the subject of this inquiry. In 2001, the process commenced to alienate the above-mentioned properties to the Namibian Airport Company, with approval from both the Treasury and Tender Board. In 2002, an evaluation report established the open market value of 940,000 per such house. Subsequent adjustment took place to 1.340 by the Minister of Works and Transport on the 4th of October 2002. A cabinet submission was subsequently made requiring the then occupants to vacate these properties to enable the Namibia Airport Company to construct their head office. However, these properties, prior to the transfer, the ministry made internal arrangements to place employees in these properties temporarily to prevent vandalism and unauthorized occupation. Honorable members, the letters of allocation to the current occupants made it clear and state the occupants will stay in the house until he or she is given notice to vacate or until he is allocated permanent accommodation, whichever occurs first. It must be understood that these occupants accepted accommodations under these clearly defined temporary conditions. However, they have subsequently requested to purchase these properties under the alienation scheme. Honorable member, you will appreciate that allowing properties earmarked for specific government purposes to be sold to temporary occupants would undermine the integrity and fairness of our administrative processes. To answer your other sub-questions regarding illegal tenants, it must be categorically clear that all persons occupying government properties without lawful authority are subject to eviction procedures in accordance with applicable legislations. Regarding the temporary tenants, evictions become necessary when temporary occupants, having been duly notified that their temporary occupancy has concluded, refuses to vacate despite having contractually agreed by signing those agreements to be of temporary nature of their accommodation. Lastly, to this, the Ministry of Works and Transport encourages all citizens to honor their contractual obligation in good faith. The next question, Honorable Member, on your second question of alternative accommodation to evicted employees, I must respectfully seek clarification on the premise of this question. The Ministry cannot establish a precedent whereby persons who have breached their contractual obligations or who occupy government property unlawfully are granted preferential treatment through automatic reallocations, while there are many others on the waiting list. It is incumbent upon this House to uphold the rule of law and the principle that contractual obligations must be honored. To do otherwise would create moral hazard and undermine the equitable administration of government resources. The Ministry remains committed to administering government housing in a manner that is legally sound, morally defensible, and procedurally fair in accordance to Article 18 of the Constitution. The next question you ask how many? There are a lot. They are here. I will provide you because of the time. There are a lot in each town. They are all outlined here for the time. There are a lot. If you are interested in Windhoek, there are 10, and there are many others. There are many others they provide because of the time. I will give it to the table so that the table can distribute. They are clearly outlined. But in total, there are 1,157, but they are exactly set out in each region. Your next question is answered as follows. Flats are not for sale. They are reserved for future use by the civil servants, especially the lower paid staff members. Houses sold under the two cabinet resolutions, none, but in the process because the matter is in court. Non-civil servants do not qualify to buy government houses as a first point of preference, as the primary purpose of alienation scheme was designed to cater for the sitting tenants in government pool houses who are permanently allocated and eligible to be given such offers to buy. The next question, question 5, the application process. Application for accommodation process is as follows. Applicants fill in the application forms, they take it to the HR with their motivation letter, whereby it is signed by the ED in that specific ministry, and send it to the Ministry of Works and Transport. Application received by the Works and Transport ED and forwarded to the Housing Committee.
Can I just say something? Now it's knock-off time. I will give 2 minutes to Honorable Minister to just finish summarizing his answer. It's past time already, so it means that there will be no follow-up questions, and after that the House rises
for discussion and approval or rejection. The next stage, Housing Committee discusses, approve or reject, and inform the applicant. This process can take a minimum of a month. The next question, and the second last question is as follows. Honorable Member, also very briefly, by now you are aware that Cabinet decisions remain valid and binding unless formally rescinded by Cabinet or declared null and void by a competent court of law, meaning no minister can change a Cabinet decision. The suggestion that Cabinet resolutions are valid only at the discretion of individual members of the executive misconstrues the constitutional framework governing Cabinet authority. I would respectfully direct the Honorable Member to Article 40 of the Namibian Constitution, which clearly delineates the duties and functions of Cabinet members and the collective authority of Cabinet. The last question, Honorable Speaker. The answer are 4. 1, 2 of the 3 occupants of the earth of Lewis Street will not be given offers to buy these houses because they are accommodated on a temporary basis and they are not sitting tenants in any of these pool houses. And there are people on the waiting list who are on top of the list than them. It would be unfair for me to take such a decision in favor of them. The next one, however, the third tenant, there are 3. The third tenant, Willem Matthijs, who has been tenant in one of these houses. His case is separate from the 2 tenants. He will be assisted and will be allocated, in fact it's already done by this time, as the Cabinet Directive of 2004. There are no any other affected tenants in the country except Mr. Matthijs, whom the plot identified happened to be found with sewer underground. The rest of the tenants in the government pool houses, majority were given offers and some bought, but others are yet to conclude the transactions. Some went on retirement, given offers, but not coming forth to finalize the process. The Ministry of Works and Transport is worried that most tenants are not prioritizing this process. Thank you very much, Honorable Member, for your attention. Thank you.
On all the committees. Thank you very much. Now, before we adjourn, honorable members, on automatic adjournment, I would like to announce that it has been brought to the attention of the presiding officer that by the chief whip of SWAPO party, the government chief whip, that Honorable Natangwe Ithete is nominated to the following standing committee. Standing because it was not here before. Yeah, Honorable, no, you don't interrupt the presiding officer. When standing rules and orders, constitutional and legal affairs, public accounts, gender and social development, filling the vacancy that was left there by another SWAPO MP. It is so announced. The House now rises on automatic adjournment.